Good day for a swell battle.
Okay, let's test, make sure sound is working. Hang on, give me a minute, give me a minute. Do 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 do. Okay. Okay, sounds like it's working. Let me plop those down there. All right, that was loud. Welcome back, everyone. Hello, my name is Celesebro, and I'm a bad gamer, and it is time to continue streaming Doki Doki Literature Club. Today, I'm not sure where my goal is to finish today, but we're gonna get through more of it today. Hopefully, we'll get to some spookier stuff. Ooh, yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna play this game. And once again, content warnings are in the chat, so look there. And if you are a child, don't. Yeah? Okay, great. Let's get switched over. Okay. And I did check and make sure the save file is there, so we are not just jumping into the beginning of the game again. That should be loading in just a second. I've got some Skittles with me today. so I'm sitting pretty. Okay, and I'm gonna try and remember the voices I did. No promises, though. Okay, everyone. Hang on, I'm turning down the volume on my headphones, my other ones that are connected to my phone. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come and sit at the front of the room. Is it about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. I'm already struggling today. Okay. All aboard the struggle bus. Let's keep on trucking along. Okay. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need to do much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've been designing some pamphlets that we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about that already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monika? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come and recite poems too. Sayori's putting up all these posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring posters, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who she's kind of just poking Natsuki in the eye there, just like boop, 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 boop. It's like, you know, when you're in show choir and it's like you gotta do the dance move where it's like you gesture out. And it's like the person standing next to you, you just kind of smack him in the face. That's what Monika's doing to Natsuki right now. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Weird. I don't know. Weird. Yeah! Oh, it's happening again! Give me a second! I'm gonna eat some Skittles while I'm waiting. No. It's about expressing your feelings. Hang on. Taking a sip of water is a lot faster than eating a Skittle. Being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's all those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to feel the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do that. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Natsuki doesn't have an argument left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Poor choice of words, but it's alright. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. Recitation? Yeah. I don't know why that word is wigging my brain, but the four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you so much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After an Inch of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were all caught so off guard that we just must have forgotten. As we all applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. ... Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Let it load. You're doing great, game. I know that you can load. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it as like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read it on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone than I thought I knew, through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Sebro liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where your sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. they might seem a little more. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. I'll give it a second to load. Nom 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 nom. Now? No. Now? No. Ah, there we go. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time for the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Sebro. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I got it that time. Hey, I'm getting marginally better. Might as well let Sebro lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki? It's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, it's not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it too much. I think it's less about your ability and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. Once she's a little enthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but it's just my friends. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. That's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you'll all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly. Gosh. Okay, just words do not make sense. Just in general. Anyways, I hate myself. We're gonna keep going now. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're all putting in all this effort for the club. Oh, in my complaining, it stopped loading. So these Skittles that I got, yeah, I'll let Monica do her thing. They ain't just regular Skittles. I hold them up to the camera, but obviously there isn't a camera. They're Skittles Littles, which means they're like itty bitty, and they are quite possibly the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just I love them. They're amazing. Great. Oh, there's a child coming up the stairs. Hopefully you can't hear that. Yo, comment below. What's your favorite Skittles color? And also flavor, like, specifically. Cause, like, I mean, personally, I gotta go green. Like, green is the way to go. Specifically lime. I like green apple too, but lime is just, immaculate. But I'm interested to hear your arguments. Like, post the reason. Like, I like lime because I think it just tastes great. It's amazing. I love it. But defend your Skittle flavor. What is it? What do you like? It really makes me happy. Yeah, no problem. Sorry. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have all weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori or Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. I mean, you gotta have a hobby, I guess. And I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. Kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Sebro, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Huh? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. It's like how we get to... fumbles with our words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asks you to walk home. Oh, Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Oh, hard choices. 100% we're walking home with Yuri. With Sayori. Darn it. With Sayori. I want to walk home with Sayori. Yuri creeps me out. Yuri's creepy. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to save. Just to be safe. I'm walking home with Sayori because I love her and she's adorable, and Yuri freaks me out, so back off. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. It wouldn't just ruin that. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Sabro. You think of me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted to. So, sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Dude, talk to her, please. Just talk to her. Communication. Why is it that no one knows how to communicate? I'm guilty of it. Everyone I know is guilty of it. Why? Just talk to people. Sorry. I really can't figure out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care about so much. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Oh, dude. If only you knew. Alright, I'm so far pretty cracked at this game, so let's do this. What? No, okay, wrong one. Well, that's not insolent confidence. Memories, yes, we're gonna go lucky, great. No, okay. Anger, what? Why is that one? Crap, okay. What? Really? Okay. I guess. Hope. Smile. Scars. I know is one. Laugh. Sadness. Empty. Lazy. Jumpy? No, okay. Anime? No, that's definitely Natsuki. Marriage? Okay. Broken. Happiness. Childhood. I don't know what I'm doing. No, okay. Loud. There we go. That was not as good as the other ones, but I still think I got pretty good towards my preferred character. Oh, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Where are you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination, starting this club and not picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination. Yuri, are you saying you're filled with determination? Because... yeah. It was a really loud laugh. I'm sorry. Apologies to all headphone users. Yeah, well, we're going to keep going from that. But I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. I can't wait for the festival! It's going to be great! Huh? Weren't you complaining about it, like, just yesterday, Natsuki? Oh. This is the perfect time for a Skittle break. Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where we'll get to eat all kinds... We'll get to play and eat all kinds of delicious foods. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on! Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I didn't say I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean, you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica! This is definitely a joke I do not get not knowing Japanese. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. I definitely pronounced that wrong too. Sorry. I apologize. Just for everything. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Huh? Then never mind. Interesting. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as funny as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at the desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori? I put my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Da 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 da. That things are not going well. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Oh, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. The conversation has already dispersed, and everyone's back to their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything off about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers on her desk. Sebra, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Sebro. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really been like this. She's always talking about things that bothered her. This time, when I asked her, she said she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seems like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Sebro. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Eh? She's been so much happier since you joined the club. It's like an extra weight was turned on inside her. Extra light, not weight. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than she's always been. You're so funny, Sebro. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? Sorry, that Why could I not read that? That was weird. That was like, my brain just had a full disconnect moment. Okay. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet I can't hear from her. I sigh and set myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much I care about her that I'm letting her weigh me down. How much do I care about her that I'm letting her weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika. ... Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monika calls to the club room. Why don't we share poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. Make eye contact with Monika, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. It's poem time, baby! Loading. Let's eat a Skittle. Or two. I'm actually going to save Sayori's for last this time, which I know is unusual, but I am going to save. Save right here. Yes. And my turn. I'm going to save Sayori's for last, so we're going to go in the opposite order of what I would usually do. I'm going to talk to Yuri first. Well done, Sebro. You've definitely improved in your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. Need to remember to thank Monika. I think we've all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun to get to know everyone and their writing, and I guess I'm doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned something about yourself, Sebro? Well, you know how they say writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. And in the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe it's what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Why me? Well, you're always so sophisticated with your writing, and I have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. You mean have become someone whose opinion is fearsome or unlikable of me? Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? Okay. This is actually one good point about Yuri. Like, I talk about I don't like Yuri and she scares me, but this is something that I've seen talked about, is that Yuri has some major anxiety. Caused by, bullies and all that stuff. And I think that's actually probably one of the reasons that I don't like Yuri, is I also have anxiety, and it's a matter of when I see Yuri, I see the worst parts of myself. Like, not necessarily right now, but later on in the game, you see her have some very not good tendencies, and it's like, I see some, obviously not to the extent that she's doing it, and not in the same way that she's doing it, but she gets very obsessive. And I'm like, I do that about people, about things, about, media, and it's kind of like looking into a distorted funhouse mirror. I'm like, this is something that I personally deal with, and when I look at Yuri, I'm like, this is everything I don't want to be. And that's probably why she's not one of my favorite characters, is because she scares me. Oh, and like I also have depression, and it's different with we'll learn a little later, really soon actually, that Sayori also has depression, and it's different with Sayori because we express our depression in very different ways. My depression is not the same kind of depression as Sayori's is. It's a very different kind, and the way she expresses it is very different than the way I express it, and so it's not like looking into that mirror. It's more looking into someone that I have. It's actually looking a lot like it's a lot like looking at a lot of my friends that I know that I've tried to comfort, and that's why I have such a connection with Sayori. I think is because she reminds me of people that I love, but Yuri reminds me of myself, and that's why I don't like Yuri as much. Sorry, that was oof. That got deep. Let's get back to this fun, happy anime game. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Oh. And that time it took me to. It always pauses a bit with the poems, though, so. Right. Now. No. Right. Oh, yeah! Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of the earth chaotically meets the surface, under the clear blue sky. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but my screen just bugged out. Excuse me. Under the clear blue skies, an expanse of bliss. An expanse of bliss. But beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest would get lost in. It is once where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at our foundations until you give in? Or will the sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet, we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode into the sand. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. I think I read parts of that wrong, but it's fine. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an insane thing to write about. Insane. I was gonna say, that's not insane, that's a very common thing. Oh, inane, that makes more sense. But I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You said it like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways, so Natsuki wanted to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose it's supposed to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought process. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she wanted to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Now we're gonna go with Monica. Monica. Hi, Sabro. Have you thought about what you wanted to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I'll let Monica take my poem and hold it in her hands. In my hands. In her hands? I didn't read it right. Hang on. Monica take... I'm holding it in my hands. Okay, there we go. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poem and Sayori's poem have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her in this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me. About how Sayori's been a little off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well, Saburo, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Zuri's been acting much happier since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Huh? Well, never mind. It really isn't the time to talk about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Letting the poem load. I'm singing the song wrong. Gotta get some more Skittles. A lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. A lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer. All meaning, all purpose. Okay, that reminds me of Tom Scott's Tell Me Something I Don't Know sketch. It's a weird thing to think about, but that's what I'm thinking about. All purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift in the sky, victim of the currents and of the wind. Day after day, I search. I search with little hope. A little hope. Knowing legends don't exist. When all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in twilight sky, until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and fall even more, gently as a feather. A dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger of the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows exactly what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose. And we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. With a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. That's really tragic, actually. It's a sad poem. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put that much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we all had the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers to write about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. Yep. Good choice of words there. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Well, yeah, that. Interesting! I feel like up until, some major reveals, I don't want to spoil too much of this game before it happens, if you're watching this for the first time as my stream. First of all, that's really nice of you, thank you. Go play it for yourself, but whatever. I don't want to spoil too much, but I feel like every single time she talks, it's just, interesting choice of words there, Monica. How strange for you to say that. What a strange thing for you to say. Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's no good? It can really be disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find others who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of telling you that your writing is good or bad or okay, it's bad. Because instead of telling you that their writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus on everything that went into it, and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. This is also actually really good advice for writers. Again, I was in a writing club a couple of years ago, and it was really fun and goofy, and we all talked about quantum physics, but it was also just really good sometimes to just, share your writing with people and tell them what was on your mind and help think through things, because they were other writers. We were like-minded, and they understood that, this is what I'm going through in my brain, and this is what I'm working on. Just, it's good. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, now we're gonna go Natsuki. Let's go. dot dot dot. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's, anyway. I see that you're going what you're going for, but it's not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems, anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? No, gross! It's not like I care. It's just that that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really. Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? Oh, you gotta let it load. Da 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 da. That's it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. That's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. See, this is the dynamic I dig. Is I don't ship main character and Natsuki as much, but they've got such an older brother little sister vibe. It's kind of like I love it. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. That's a weird way of saying she elbowed you in the stomach. Dork. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. Ugh. How the heck do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt! Okay, relatable. Anyways. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds up her poem out to me like nothing ever happened. I'll be your beach. Interesting wordplay there. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonders over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaches beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be your beach that washes your worry away. I'll be the beach that makes you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams, and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful. When you press your lips to mine, I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me be by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. This is actually genuinely a really beautiful poem. I really like this one. I haven't really commented on each of the poems. A lot of them have been just setting up some stuff that's gonna happen later. But this one's genuinely really pretty. I like this one. I like this one. This one's good. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. It's kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. Well, Yuri's take on it was a little more solemn. Well, jeez, she better not have said anything bad about mine. After all, she's the one who wanted us to write about the same topic. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyways. Anyway. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Interesting to note, they both of them, I mean, obviously blamed each other for for suggesting the idea of writing the same thing. But at the same time, they both kind of went against their own norm with the topic. Yuri decided, I gotta write about this basic thing, so let's go a little more simple. And then Natsuki was like, let's go a little more metaphorical. It's kind of interesting. They are actually rubbing off on each other. Anyway. This is your best one so far. It's really nice, Sebro. Thanks. Sorry you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Alright. Hey, Sebro? I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you would try writing your poem like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah. I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Whoa. Is it loading? It's loading. Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something, and this is how that poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. Hang on. Skittles. So sometimes it's just easier to write when I'm thinking about you. Sayori? No. Sebro. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori. I glance around the room to make sure nobody's noticed this. Sayori. Probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Thank you for talking to her. It's not gonna help, in this case. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Sebro. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori. Tell Monika I wasn't feeling well, okay? See you tomorrow. Before I can say anything, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Oh, that scene hurts. It hurts, man. It really hurts, especially knowing what's coming up. But yeah, it's... I do relate to Sayori a little bit, but it's a different kind of relating to Sayori than it is to Yuri. Like I said, Yuri, she makes me see the worst parts of myself intensified to an extreme point, and that scares me. Sayori, I see some parts that I actually like about myself. Like, she's constantly pleasing people, which I know is a problem. But it's like her wanting others to be happy. That's something that I try to do as well. And it's like, it's a different kind of part of myself. But it's also something that I see in people that I know, and that's like, I want to help her. That's something that is my attraction, I guess, to Sayori, is I want to help her. That is what my goal is, and that's why I feel so... the word is attracted, but it feels weird to say. But that is what draws me to her. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated for your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez! Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing of something terrible. That something terrible is about to happen. And yearbooks, maybe. Look, the only thing that's different is Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on! She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, and I don't want to force it. Oh. A curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything's fine. What did you say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so... Evasion! That's a not good thing! Anyways, let's keep going. Let's decide what everyone will be doing for this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we'll need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted! And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for you, Yuri, you can... Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No! That's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now, Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell these things are even harder when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be the leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changed. Yeah! Atmosphere suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Mine is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Sebro. I'm the one who's truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would really appreciate. I'd be really appreciative of that. Is Monika suggesting I spend the weekend with one of the club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind having a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. Not like Monika is going to give me a choice, and you should. Monika's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. Oh, let it load. I'm gonna eat this yellow Skittle, in my opinion, the worst ones. Nom. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would be able to handle baking on your own. Sever may not like being around you when if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assist with the decorations. Gosh! Slow your voice down. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds like you're the one trying to make excuses for Sever to... What are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Sebro to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... This is the funniest part in the game. In a game that does not have... That's got some very funny parts, but also some very sad parts. This is, just great. You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Sebro, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going to go with... Sayori. ... I mean, if it's going to be anyone that I prefer helping Sayori... I mean, we're already neighbors, and... But Monika said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much? No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay? We're gonna go with... Natsuki. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun, and you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking's a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Just a minute ago, you were saying that... That's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. Oh, sorry. That's... good. Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard not to feel bad. So, that's everyone, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome! Relatable! Me when going into a show! Except replace the with my and then... You got it. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Sebro? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might just be that. It might not just be that. I think that Yuri might feel a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look, Natsuki goes over and puts her hand on Yuri's shoulder. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here, and you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help that a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. And that'll be really important for the way people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hand and turns around to face the other direction. Didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but... Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to say such encouraging things. I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, you can tell she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. All of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah! I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door, as they chat between each other. Where are you going? Oh, pausing. We're gonna eat the orange, which is my second least favorite. I should probably save once this one loads, just in case. Just to be safe. Yeah, that was bad. Great. Yeah? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized you didn't even have a way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how it slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. I can't talk. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would go to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. Really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you'd better look forward to it. Oh, didn't you say you were gonna give me all the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone. That I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. And that's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. Can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming over to my house on Sunday. Even though I would prefer to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what will end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, and I'll have a good time. Go talk to your best friend. Not even talking as like, oh, we like each other kind of thing. Go talk to your best friend. Go a whole day. Not even... She lives next door. It's already Sunday. I've been increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We send each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on phone, using a ton of emojis and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club earlier the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, it's really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? No, it's not! Go talk to her! Thank you! I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering myself. Again, we used to play here so often, it's become a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's in her room. It's already strange for her to not run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom when I finally find her. Sayori? Oh, we're gonna eat the purple Skittle. I think, for me, purple and red are kind of the same level. For like, preferences. They're about the same. Hi, Sebra. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is messy, as messy as it's always been. Dude, I can see there's like a piece of paper on the ground and maybe a shirt on the chair. I guess these pants aren't folded, but like, that ain't messy, bro. Looking around my room, I see all of that times 60. My goodness. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to be seeing Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori's already left by the time that we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. I'm just helping her on mine. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. So that's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles and shakes her head. And shaking her head. That is not a smile game. That's not good, Sebro. Huh? Why can't it just be like you've always been? It's all my fault. I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings. If I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been so worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. This is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. I know I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Sebro. But you're wrong. Nothing's happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Saburo? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy in caring to waste? Why make other people put their energy in caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me this entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to not think about her? Why, Sayori? Huh? Why is it that you've never told me about this? I almost feel like I've been betrayed as your close... No! That is the wrong thing to say! Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me, no, you're... okay. Wrong thing to say. You don't understand at all, Saburo. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me, instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung inside my head. Against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. Then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club almost feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. You're not listening. He's not listening. This is the thing. Communication is a two-way street. It's not just about talking, it's about listening, hearing what the other person is saying. MC has made up his mind about what he's going to do, and he's not going to change his thought process at all, no matter what Sayori says. And that's the problem. He's got to think about what she's saying. In this situation, if I guess mini therapy session for anyone potentially watching this, if you have a friend that is talking to you like this, that they think that they are a waste of space and that they are worthless and that's not true. You know that's not true. I know that's not true. What you need to do is help them realize that's not true. It's not just say, well, I'm going to help you no matter what's happening. That's not what the solution is, because that's just going to reaffirm to them that they are wasting your time. That's not what you're doing. You're doing this because you do care about them, because they're worthy to be cared about. That is what needs to be said here. Sorry, that was a rant. I apologize. No, Saburo. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. Made you join the literature club because I was selfish. I was punished by my heart hurting in the way I couldn't understand. And now you came here and made me hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Say, you don't deserve this. You're not worthless. You're not selfish. You are worthy of my love and my care. Saburo. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy you convinced me to join the club. No, you're saying... Okay, I actually gotta give some massive props to Dan Salvato, to Team Salvato in general, for the way they wrote this. Because everything he's saying here sounds good. It sounds like it would be something that would help someone going through this. But when you actually think about this from the way that, like, Like I said, I also have depression. I have thought similar paths like this. Like, there's no reason for anyone to love me. I'm worthless. It's something that I think a lot of people have experienced. But they wrote this dialogue in a very, very specific way that it sounds like it would help. It sounds like, oh, I am showing that I care about you. But what it's actually doing isn't showing that you care. It's reaffirming in the person's mind that they aren't worthy of this care. And it's not a good way of going about this. Anyways, sorry, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm gonna keep going now. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. Please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Sabro. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her side. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this, Sabro. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. You're not. All I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, you have to call me selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. See, this is another problem actually. This is something I personally struggle with. Is the takeaway is you see this hurt in your friend and you're like, I want that to stop because I care about you. And so I'm going to do everything I can to make you stop hurting. But that's not actually the problem. The problem is not that they're experiencing the pain. The problem is helping them understand that even if pain is there, that doesn't mean that they're worthless. Anyway. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. No. This is actually the biggest reason that I do not like this character. Is that he doesn't understand. He doesn't hear. He goes through this whole spiel and he does not hear her words. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings. Ooh, Tycalra is playing Hollow Knight. Good for him. Sorry. That was a massive squirrel moment right there. Oh, guys, this game gets to me in a way that I don't think any game ever has. I'm tearing up at this scene. It hurts. Okay, just gotta breathe. Whew. Okay, we're good. I don't understand any of my feelings, Sabro. The only time when I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. That's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. Actually, okay, this is the first thing that I think he's done that is actually semi-right, is explaining to her not just that he cares, but that spending time with her is not just him doing it out of pity or him doing it because he's worried about her, it's because he wants to. That is actually pretty good. Okay, so you get some points there. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It'll be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. It's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. We're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. No, you should be worrying way more. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. It's been only a few minutes back home, anxiously waiting for Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texted me to let me know she's outside my front door. Without delay, I opened the front door to let her in. ... What's up? What a tonal shift! You gotta love him. You gotta love him. What's up? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothing makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Oh, alright, loading time. That means we're going Red Skittle now. Again, Red Skittle, Purple Skittle, about the same level for me. They do, it's the same deliciousness setting in my brain. Yummy. Anyways, keep going. Jeez, don't make me feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird and just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought all the stuff. You brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki's carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all the way here to find out your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients that I didn't already have at home. If I didn't already have them at home. Gosh. Good. Glad I could count on you to do that, to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than saying something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even gonna offer... anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even gonna offer to take this big heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Sebro? Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grabbed the bag Natsuki's holding out to me. Good. This is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you. Underestimate. You. Feel like the Swedish chef. That's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey! Your size has nothing to do with it. You really hate being small that much? Eh? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun to get to be small, and also better than other people. Alright. But, jeez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk all about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey! Now you're treating me like a kid. Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know. Just because I don't have to have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri, gosh. Like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Dad. Natsuki catches her words and then her face turns red. Fair. Natsuki, forget it! I didn't say anything! I should apologize. Eh? I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, it's just that if that's what you're thinking, then you should know there are a ton of guys who are totally into body types like yours. Dude, that is not as nice as you think it is. That just comes off as creepy, man. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. Yeah, you're just reading as a creep, alright? Just a creep. Ugh, gross. Hey, she acknowledges it though, so fair enough. Hey! Was that me? Voice crack. Ugh, that was a bad one. Who else? Man, let's just get started already. You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Sebro. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluids, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Fair enough. Yo, bakers are scary, man. They're intense. Sebro, where did you put the food coloring? The batter is going to be in the oven soon, so we need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Oh, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so... Come on! You're not putting any heart into this at all! Certainly you can at least try to have fun. I am having fun! Not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of color into each. That does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. There's presentation. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it if it ends up looking... If in the end... Okay, I'm just gonna hard reset my brain and just start that over. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Okay. Alright. We're struggling, guys. We're struggling. Like the ones you made on the first day, huh? I recall Natsuki's proud presentation in your cat-shaped cupcakes, and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. Wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah. Maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We're using an electric mixer for batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Eh? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It's just taking a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it! After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks her finger in the icing and pops it into her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers touching in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next! I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough to get my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Aha! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in return. Gross! You got it on my face. Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this! Natsuki instead wipes off her finger before shoving her finger towards my own face. You wish! I'm faster! This is like an anime battle sequence. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. What an image. What an uncomfortable image. Stop! Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine, I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do it to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. Take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. What? Did you seriously just... Ah! Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Sebro, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? I'm not going to comment on this section, actually. What kind of question is she asking me, just like that? How did the move turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Yeah. Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts to go off. Saved by the bell. Thank you. Uncomfortable situation. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in there, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistake. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the baking tray out of the oven. She set it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting him in the oven now. Yeah. Potential from a moment before still lingers over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake tray into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing, like nothing ever happened. Ah! That smells so good! The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling, warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look. She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need me to tell that. And not like you need to tell me that. There we go. I brought decorating stuff, so we can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We'll probably won't be using it this time, though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes, or other patterns. Chicken strips! I can make chicken strips on the cupcakes! I want to do that, please! Chicken strips, chicken strips, chicken strips! Okay, Anyway. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like happy birthday or whatever. Oh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually. Eh? Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature-themed by writing a different word on each cupcake. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on the words they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. But that's actually a really cute idea, so... Maybe I'm getting it from you. Okay, so you're saying we could write chicken strip on a cupcake? Please. That mouse has just been on her face this whole time and I didn't even realize it. Poop! Okay. Chicken strip, chicken strip, chicken strip! Anyway. I don't know why I'm freaking out about chicken strips. Actually, that sounds really good. I'm gonna make chicken strips for lunch tomorrow. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging you. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Eh? Did you say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Sorry is the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be at home for dinner. Ah, already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You shouldn't have thought. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man, as usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you'll probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that. Did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. Well, you said it before about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, and like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think if that's possible, I'll spend more time. I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere. Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Severo, I thought you only cared about getting this done. Sorry I had to leave so early today. I didn't want to. Really, I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki! Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch the sides of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Rose-colored cheeks, and the matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breath against me. I felt it for a while now. Ah! Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori! Hi, Saburo. Sayori! Just now, we weren't... It's okay, Saburo. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Alright, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried to stay in my room, but my imagination was really mean to me, so I had to come here to see for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. Makes me feel really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Severo? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Sebro. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel pain anymore. But Sayori looks away. My hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Sebro. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori, it's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Sebro, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordsley, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. The hardest choice that is not hard at all. It's just... The reason this choice is so difficult is because neither of these are actually what she needs to hear. That's the problem. Is obviously she's expressing her affection for us, that she loves us, and because, personally, if I was in this situation, I do really like Sayori, and I would say this one. The problem is that telling her that I love you or you are my dearest friend is not what she needs to hear. What she needs to hear is you are worthy of my love. I love you and you're worthy of that. I'm gonna go with this one anyways. Anyway, I love you. Yeah? Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with you, with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day. with you by my side. Then I know we'll both be happy. Sebra. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Sebra, is this really okay? Yeah. I held Sayori in my arms and pulled her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Sebra. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori, I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain cloud go away? You're not going at all, Sebra. Not going at all. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. This is also the wrong thing to say. Because depression is not something you cure. It's something that it dissipates, but it doesn't go away. It's always there. It's a matter of combating it. And obviously this is just a matter of the main character not understanding that. He just doesn't really understand how depression works. He thinks that, oh, she's just sad, and so if I'm here with her, if I show her that I care about her, if I show her that I love her, then she will feel happy again. But that's not actually how it works. It's a constant, unending sadness that the only way the only way to combat it is to help make it understood. What really would help best in the situation is taking her to see a therapist. That's the thing that's going to help best is go talk to a counselor, because that is the thing that will make bad feelings like depression. Finding ways to talk through them with someone who is actually a professional in this subject is going to help a lot. Anyway, darn it. That's all that matters right now. Okay? I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What do you say? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. That! Best thing he has said in this entire game. Not the right time, to be perfectly honest. First... Well, whatever. Hey, Sebra. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Huh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying this is making me feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah. I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering. See, and again, this is why a therapist would be a lot of help, is because they can help you understand those feelings. They can help her understand what is going through her mind right now. Yeah. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me. And I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Oh, loading. You know what that means? It's blue. Not blue. There are no blue Skittles. Well, not in this batch, actually. There are, but only in the berry one. It's green Skittle time! Nom nom nom. So bad. Oh. Alright, let's save. It's the day of the festival. It's the day of the festival! Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I consider going to her house to wake her up, but I decide that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event are nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Bro, no. This is the moment when you go and talk to her again. Make sure she's doing okay. Check on her. See how she is doing. Okay. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. Sebro, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets at each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that'll have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. Again, that's translation as thing. Yeah. You'd think that on a day this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but then I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little more responsibility for her, Sebro. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Interesting choice of words. Exchange? Monika, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But... I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so... Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monika's being as friendly as usual. For some reason, I feel a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Gotta let the page load, because I always do. And... now. Percentage sign. Get out of my head. 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 Get out of. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem was never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Sebro? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monika calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her that yesterday things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs. That's what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house. I knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case. It just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me with no choice. I gently open the door. Okay, once again, this is a little late, but content warning. Here it is. Here it is. An exception has occurred. Game script, character RPY, line 307, see traceback text for details. Okay, can we talk for a second? The music. Oh my gosh, sayonara. What the heck? What the heck? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. And why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her, I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her, like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and just try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. But now, I carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth her more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. But now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 End. And here we are. We got, supposedly, what I was planning is to go until, 11. I do have a couple things I want to talk about before we end the stream, but do I want to keep going? I'll keep going. Just get through a little bit of the first day. Show you what's going on, because obviously, things are not the same anymore. Actually, okay, before we do that, I'm going to talk. So, there are some things, some very interesting and important things that I noticed while playing through this that I want to talk about. Number one, obviously, okay, things are broken. Duh. Monica knew, and that's undeniable. She knew. And that's something very important and interesting to keep in mind for the rest of the game. Something interesting I wanted to talk about is actually the manner of Sayori's death. Obviously, it is very gruesome and dark, and that is why I have the content warning. That's why this game has the content warning. If you are experiencing any thoughts like this, obviously, I am not a professional. Please do not take my word as professional advice. Go talk to people that you trust. In general. Talk to someone that you trust, that you care about, that cares about you. And if at all possible, I know financial situations are a problem with this. I really wish that this was more a widespread thing that was available for everyone, but go talk to a counselor and a therapist if you are experiencing any of the things that Sayori is experiencing. They really are a lot of help. And everyone's life is worth so much to the people that care about you, but not just that, just a human life is worth infinitely more than any of us can comprehend. And I guess that's really all I can say. other things to talk about, something interesting that I noticed is the conversation right before, the one between the main character and Sayori, is obviously they talk about it at the end. The main character, the protagonist, mentions it, that he did a lot of things wrong. And I was talking about that the whole time, that he was saying things that aren't necessarily what she needed. Something interesting to note is both times they talked, actually, Sayori promised to spend the next day with the main character. This is something that historically, from my experience and other experiences, if someone is thinking about suicide, they will not promise things like that. They will not say, "I'll see you tomorrow." That's a phrase that is not commonly used. And so that's something interesting to note as we continue through the game, is usually if that happens, excuse me, that means that something else interfered. Or something happened between the space of time of them talking and her committing the act that caused her. Oh, Jared again. I am so sorry. You missed so much, dude. Yeah. We just got this is like the end of the stream, man. I might stay on it for a little while longer since, but you missed a lot. But I mean, if you don't know this game, I don't know, watch the last stream, I guess. I don't know where specifically you came in, but yeah, any place here is honestly just not great. Like the image on screen right now is very messed up, clearly, and the past several minutes have been something. Oof. But it's a hard thing, this whole situation, because oh, you never heard of this one? Oh, that's a shame, man. That's a shame. This is a good game. Dark, obviously. Play it for yourself, actually. It's free. Content warning, duh. But it's a really good one. It's got some really good things to say. We just got past quite possibly the darkest moment in the game. I don't know how long you've been here for, but it's painful. It's painful. It's very painful. Ugh, it hurts. Anyway, darn it. I think I'll play like the next bit just to give you a feel for what's going on. So, let's start a new save file. I think editor Joel did something with it, but it looks like the regular. Yeah, it looked like a regular dating sim. It does certainly do that. I can't say that because that's not a word. I see an annoying girl running toward me from a distance, waving her arms in the air as she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. No, genuinely though, Jared again, if you've never heard of this one, go play it. Like, you came in at a very weird moment, but go play this one. It's really good. Although, be mindful of the content warnings. They hit you like a truck. That's really all I can say. Yeah. That girl is really my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting out around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk, and let her catch up to me. Gosh. That's a great question. Why is the game freaking out? See, now that I know that you're in the chat and you haven't played this game, I don't want to spoil stuff for you, because, like, if you don't play it yourself, I'm gonna play the rest of it on channel. But, yeah, it's freaking out quite a bit. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. Oh, yeah. Yes, this is horror. It is a horror game. I mean, what do you expect? Yeah, yeah, that's the appropriate reaction to what's going on right now. Yeah, it's freaking out. It's definitely glitching. It's like something's been deleted from the game files. Weird how that works out. I always tell myself about, it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content in just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. I mean, you never know. Anime's great. Just saying. So, in case you're a little confused as to what's going on right now, like plot-wise, so this is the exact setup of what happened in the first run-through. This is the second run-through that I've gone through. So the first time it was the same setup, so there was like the beginning where it was like there was the annoying girl running toward me, and that annoying girl was a character named Sayori, who is no longer here. Oh, sorry, my emotions are a little high right now because of what just happened. My heart, it be beaten, bro. It be beaten. But yeah, so the setup is obviously different than that because Sayori isn't here and things are changed. So the school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I pack up my things and I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There aren't really any that interest me. Besides, most of them are probably way too demanding for me to want to deal with them. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Sebro? Ooh, glitchy. That's fun. Monika? Oh my goodness, I didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. You got that right! I think I made that joke the first time, but whatever. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around major clubs. To be honest, I already read that. Feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Oh, yeah, Monika, she's experiencing some technical difficulties. If that's what you're asking. I'm assuming that you're asking why she's very glitchy. Yeah, she's... I mean, like, it's an indie game, so obviously there's gonna be some glitches, right? No, that's not why. I'm a terrible liar. Yeah. It's like, this is the thing, is I don't want to explain a whole bunch of what's happening if you're gonna go and play it, or if you want to watch, like, a full playthrough of it. Like... Because there are some very important things that have happened and that will happen that relate to this, but it's... I don't know. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Oh. Gosh, that made my... That should not have scared me as much as it did. That tiny glitch made my heart, like, leap out of my chest. Gosh. A literature club. Literature. You'll watch the whole thing later. Yep. Sounds good. So I won't spoil anything. I'll keep any spoilers to myself. I'll try to act as natural as possible, because I'm really not good at it. But, yeah. We got this. Literature? That sounds kinda dull. How many members do you got so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's not so boring. It's not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's fun, right? It's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monika say she? Females exist? What? Oh, crazy idea. Hey, Sebro, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, Sebro, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time, but you're more important. Doubtful. Sebro is not important. Well, this version of Sebro is not important. He's a scumbag. Anyway, And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her an irresistible smile. Oh, no, okay, it is loading. I just didn't click it good enough. I timidly followed Monika across the club room and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. See, this is the thing. The big scares are the ones that don't get me. I'm expecting the big ones, the little ones, the tiny glitches. Those are the ones that make me freak out. Oh, it's mean. It's mean. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Sebro. All words escape me in the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Frickin' creep. So, let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. This is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Sebro in the classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was gonna, well, you know, sorry. I didn't forget that. I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Sebro? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club feel fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. It meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Sabra, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking, seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build a deep, complex fantasy world. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a form was equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Why do I always read that line without breathing? Like, it's that specific one. I always read without breathing. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Horror! That's where we at! I've read a horror book once. I desperately grasp onto something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. Oh, that's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Blah, blah, blah. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. You look like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your reader, expose your vulnerabilities, and show even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club, as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Sebro? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls still stare back at me with dejected eyes. Oh, loading time. But, I'm sorry, I thought. The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Severo. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. If we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in the situation. I mean, yeah, that is the best way to describe this game. Yeah, I don't like that way to describe this game, but you're right, it is a scary harem. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So, if writing poetry is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Sabro? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me there for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Sabro, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Sabro, I will look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Alright, once this day ends, I'll probably stop the stream for tonight, get some water, because my water bottle ran out, like, at the beginning. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between these three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, and I have unlocked a special poem! I would like to read it. Let's do that first. Oh, never mind. I don't want to read a special poem. Okay, we're gonna save. Sorry about that. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, I think that's probably where I'm going to end the stream tonight. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here and chilling. Sorry you came in at a very strange part of the game. You like missed the most scary part, I think, and then got there with like everything was glitching out. Whew. But yeah. I guess, announcements. I have a short video that I'm working on for the January season, so be on the lookout for that one when it comes out. I'm going to be streaming again next week, probably a little earlier in the day. Me and my brother are going to be playing some games, hopefully. Also horror games, so, yeah. Come watch us scream. But I think with that, I'm going to end off... I'm going to go to main menu. Going to end off the stream here. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.